There's no doubt China is the undisputed home of all things martial arts.
Be water, my friend.
Thanks to some of my favorite movies, people like Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and Donnie Yen brought combat sports to the world. They were high-energy, kick-ass fighters that was so unbelievably cool, and I wanted to be just like them when I grew up.
There are over 100 different styles of different Chinese martial arts. In the mainland of China, we call it Wushu in Mandarin. Cantonese is called Kung Fu.
Master Han Jin-sung first started practicing Wushu more than 40 years ago in China and founded Tai Chi Australia.
Tai Chi has been generally accepted as one of the most essential parts of traditional Chinese culture.
Tai Chi was originally created as a fighting technique, but today, most people who practice it tend to be older.
Those slow, gentle, relaxing movements that help people relax their body, cultivate the mind, and regulate the breathing.
It makes you wonder, is Kung Fu even cool anymore? Okay, so maybe I don't make it look cool, but combat sports are still very popular, although they look a bit different to what I remember watching as a kid. The Ultimate Fighting Championship is one of the world's most watched sporting competitions. It's a mixed martial arts league, meaning fighters can incorporate a range of techniques. Bouts take place in a cage, where fighters can punch, kick, and grapple. Pretty much anything can happen, which is what makes it so appealing.
We have 14 active fighters from China at the moment. You know, there is a good stable and generation of rising talent behind them.
15 seconds to go, heavy shots!
While it's popular in China now, in a country with a deeply embedded martial arts culture, it was a little slow to take off.
Right, we had to kind of clean up the image. You know, there was a lot of speculation, is this real, is it fake? But the real aha moment, I think, for me personally was we hosted our first event in mainland China, which was Shanghai. One of our pioneers of the sport, Li Jinliang, was in the octagon. You know, he had a big KO victory, and he just started, you know, chanting 中国力量, which means China power. This to me marks the kind of turning point for us.
Is this the moment?
And the country got its first world champion when Zhang Weili won the strawweight title in 2019.
Wei Li makes history!
I certainly think that she's impacted and influenced an entire generation of women in China.
The UFC also opened a $20 million performance institute in Shanghai.
我对 MMA 感兴趣是因为它的规则我感觉更开放，而且它那个给人一种感觉就是表演欲望特别强，特别有那种侵略性的攻击。
Zhang Mingyang is one of China's rising stars. He signed with the UFC after a knockout win last month.
Huge knockout!
我感觉这项运动发展的现在是越来越好，就是更多人能去接受了，不会说你很残酷、很残忍这些。 因为他们会去欣赏。
So despite a slow start, MMA is on the rise in China. But how does that sit with Kung Fu traditionalists? Not well with everybody. Many old school practitioners reject this trendy new version. And there are others who claim supernatural powers and invincibility, who see it as impinging on their territory. MMA fighter Su Xiaodong says fake martial arts masters claim to have supernatural powers as a way of gaining followers and making money. Mr. Xu took up an offer to fight Tai Chi master Wei Lei, who boasted he could beat any fighter from any discipline. Mr. Xu won the fight in just 10 seconds!
经过了这一场比赛，我的人生，我的整个的人生，发生了一个天翻地覆的变化。 很多的主流媒体对我造成了最大的诽谤和侮辱。
But it sparked a wave of controversy in China, with some seeing Mr. Xu's attempts to discredit traditional martial arts as an attack on Chinese culture.
Lots of the masters try to use the wrong information to mislead people believe they are the best in China and in the world. Unfortunately, they are not.
Still, professional fighters in China say traditional martial arts have a valuable role to play in modern combat sports.
以我的观念的话，我觉得会有在一起的发展空间。
Ultimately, what our Chinese fighters want to show is that the traditional martial arts that they were raised with and that they grew up training with can give you a competitive edge in the UFC.
As my hero Bruce Lee once said, absorb what is useful, discard what is useless, and add what is specifically your own.
Sexy combo.